you, you might have gone and watched Primark video already. You might not. You might be going over. You might not. But if you do, you've got a double dose of me today. Can you cope with a double dose of Karen? See you at the side of the intro. Let's talk some top tips. You ready? Hit it, maestro! I know. It's because my whole room has been changed. Normally I've got my dining table, because it's my dining room, that way. But now it's that way. It's against the window, and this is mission control. This in my house is mission control. It is my room, and I love it. Phil said the other day, he said, do you know what, love? I'm going to move everything upstairs, down in this room. We'll make it our office. And then we can put the boys, the little dogs, they can have their own little bedroom. And I looked at him and I thought, yeah, I'm not even going to answer that. It's my space. It's a girly space. I've got to make it a bit more girly, but no. Don't want him in my room. If you've been married nearly 25 years, you'll understand that very well. Anyway, so I've got a table, I've got a chair. My chair is here. So that's going to be my new table now. So I haven't got a table anymore. So, should we talk top tips? Shall we? So, my phone's on, so if it makes noises, please, please forgive me. So, first thing I want to talk about, point one, is Ride of Resistance, the new Star Wars ride. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it is amazing. And if it's your first time riding it, put your camera away. Put your video camera away and just experience it. I had watched because I wanted to know if I could do it, and I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it. It's not a bad roller coaster or anything like that. It's fabulous. And a Slinky Dog is a lot worse, in my opinion. And there's one point where my mouth hit the floor. I was like, because I was blown away. So put your camera away and just absorb it. That's the first one. But more importantly, when you get there, now it's all changed since we've been there, and it's probably, is it fair, is it not fair, I don't know. Whatever time the park says it's opening, so if it's going to open at 7 o'clock, whatever you do, be there at 6. They open it earlier, and you need to be in that park for the official opening of the park. You've got to be there. Don't be parking in the car park. Don't be going through security. Do not be at turnstiles because of queues. You need to be in that park where they've got great internet, because at the official park opening time, that is when you can get your boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. Now, when we went there, they let us in at 6 o'clock, I think it was, and we got there at 5. And I think one of the reasons they've done it is at 6 o'clock they're having problems. The systems are changing over, and lots of people's magic bands weren't working. Phil's was one of them, and he's an annual pass holder, so that was really quite weird. And I was getting quite irate, as you can imagine, getting up at like 4 to put my face on to leave to be there for 5, and it was opening at 6. Yeah, Gemini. Yeah, that wasn't ever going to work for me. But they sorted this out, so that was fine. But make sure whatever you do, you're there in plenty of time, so you are in that park, because they let you in a little bit earlier. You cannot get on to get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance until you're in the park, and you've got to be in the park between 2 and 4 minutes. So you've got to be in there, and because they open the gates a little bit earlier than opening time to let you in until the park's official opening, you've got to be in there. Do something on your phone, check for a fast pass so it knows you are in there, and connect to the Wi-Fi, because I know for me, I struggle if I'm not on Disney Wi-Fi, if I'm on my own. So make sure you do that. Bang on 7, hit that button. We were in boarding group, I think we got, was it I got 127 or 139, but we'd had issues with Phil's Magic Band, so they swapped it to boarding group 95. And for us, boarding group 95, bear in mind we got there at 5 a.m. to be in at 6. We rode it at 6:30 on the night. It is a long time. You want one of the first boarding groups, and at the moment they're having a lot of technical issues, and my friends, they're not riding it till 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's boarding group 30, so you need to get there and you need to get a boarding group. You can't ride it without a boarding group. And on your phone, you just go into it. Anyone will help you. So the day before, go and ask someone to show you how to do it. But you must get a boarding group, and you can only get one per day, because once you can't get another one until you've rode it, and by then they've all gone. And I know for us, at 6:30 a.m. that day, they'd already all gone. So go in but it is absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's amazing. And once you've got your boarding group, go and ride Smuggler's Run, because a queue for that can be horrendous, although Slinky has got a worse queue, because Slinky's a better ride than Smuggler's Run. Smuggler's Run has got better, it's done out a lot better in my opinion. But when you ride Smuggler's Run, make sure you're a pilot. Do not be an engineer, do not be whatever the other position is, be a pilot. If you're a pilot, it's a fab ride. Otherwise, nah. Just saying, just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger, but yeah, you must be a pilot. So go and ride that or Slinky, get some of the big rides done. So, okay. This was as it was happening, so we're going to jump from parts, so just bear with me, because otherwise I'm going to miss something out. So, Hard Rock and Universal. I didn't know this till this trip. You know that they sell the all-day park drink you can buy, and you recharge it and you pay a fee. You didn't? Check that out. You can. You can have your own, you can share, you can do whatever. We went to the Hard Rock restaurant while we were there, and because we were doing this one on a budget, I'd filled all 4 of our drinks vessels. We walked over and I thought, we don't really need to order a drink. I'll be cheeky. We can have a crafty little swig when we want one. And she came over and she said, oh, do you need those filled up? And I'm like, no, it's fine, thanks. She didn't say anything. She let us drink our drinks. That was fine. So we just ordered our meals, no drinks. That was fine. So I said to her at the end, I've got to ask, did you let us drink our own drinks because I was cheeky? Or is that policy? She said, no, it's policy. If you've bought a drink from Universal, you can drink that drink anywhere, in any restaurant on City Walk. You can, and you don't have to buy a drink. Did you know that? No. I was like, because you go in there, don't you? And you might have a beer, and then you'll have another one. And you know, because once you've had a beer, you're like a bit like Gone with the Fairies, aren't you? And you might want another one. And yeah, if you can't hold it like I can't, you're away with the fairies and you might want another one. Whereas I took in my Diet Coke, I was quite happy. And I didn't have to pay for a drink. And what she said to me in there is, she fills them. She said, it doesn't matter to me because it's Universal. We're all Universal, it doesn't matter. Some of the other restaurants won't top them up for you. That's not policy, but the policy is you can drink the refillable drink in any of the restaurants. There you go. I like that. It was at that point I was like, I've got to do some top tips. Right. All the fast pass queues over Christmas were exaggerated horrendously. So just use your own judgment. It was like an hour's queue or something they put up for Flight of Passage, and we looked and no one was queuing outside or wherever it was, and we went in and it was like half the time, whatever the queue time was. And yeah, so they do exaggerate the fast passes, and I think they do that to put you off, because otherwise you're queuing in, sorry, the fast passes. It's not the fast passes, is it? The queue time, the normal standby time. You know what I mean. They exaggerate the standby time because it puts you off, doesn't it? So the queues are less for those in it. Maybe. I don't know the reasoning, but the standby queues are definitely exaggerated. What have we got here? I'm always asked, how much money do you need a day in Disney World? Honestly, so this time for us, typical day, we'd wake up and we were on an off-site hotel. We were on the Rosen Centre Conference Hotel, which is a lovely hotel off-site. It's very clean, it's very modern, it's been recently refurbished the past couple of years. It's a lovely hotel, decent sized pool. You're about 15 minutes from Universal, 20 minutes from Disney. It's smack in the middle, smack bang in the middle, and that's why we love it. We love the fact it's on International Drive, so we've got the choice of all the restaurants, so we don't have to pay exorbitant Disney prices all the time. So for us, we get up and I'd have a coffee and Savannah would have a drink. So that was the first expense, and we could grab them from the downstairs in reception because I don't use tea makers or coffee makers. Does that surprise you? Yeah, no, don't do that. So we do that, and then 9 times out of 10 we go straight to the park and we'd go and have a Starbucks breakfast. So we'd all have a drink, and I'd have... towards the end I was having like 2 egg and cheese muffins because one wasn't filling me, and so I was having 2 because I'd rather have that than snacks, which is a bit daft. I'd rather have proper food. Does that make sense? And I was starving and I'm greedy and I'm a pig, but yeah, so we'd have that, and there's 4 of us. We'd have, you know, a couple of drinks in the morning, and lunch might be a burger and fries for 4 of us. Some more snacks, drink, and then we'd have a meal. It might have been Olive Garden, it might have been in the park. We didn't do any posh meals, and we didn't do any character dining, and we might have had a couple of naughty drinks on the night. I'd still bought the odd thing, not expensive thing, and that was about $250 a day for 4, but we're 4 adults. So if you base that, and that's a true cost, but I didn't put anything on my credit card. So for anyone it's your first time, you probably need more money because you're going to be buying everything there. And this time I didn't buy as much, I was a lot better. But the other thing I did, which helped me, especially if you're a shopper, is put a separate, keep your daily budget separate, but then have an envelope for your shopping money in your purse. So like I had £500 worth of dollars with me, and that was my shopping money. So if I wanted to buy anything, I could buy it out of there, and that was like my money for me. The kids got their own spending money, what have you, and then we got our daily budget. So yeah, about $250. It is expensive, but portions are really big, so you could share meals if you want, but I'm greedy and I want my own meal. Just say, costs a lot to get there and you want to maximise it. But yeah, so that's definitely what I said. And then the last tip, because these are all different tips, aren't they, really? When you go into Haunted Mansion, do you want to know where the door is? Do you want to know how to get to the front of that queue? Oh, have you figured it out yet? Blake did. So, when you go into that first room, if the room you go into is on the right-hand side, you will be going into the left. Could be on the left hand side to go onto the right. If you go onto the left hand side, the door is on the right because they're in the middle. Think about it. If you go left, it's right. If you go right, it's left. Because you can't always see that dot, can you? So that's a top tip. I hope that's helped. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be good, be kind, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. We've got an unboxing, a Paradise Falls unboxing, so I'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.